Effective governance frameworks, transparency, accountability, and inclusivity for sustainable development goals. Presentation overview. Importance of governance frameworks. Governance frameworks are essential for ensuring effective decision making and achieving organizational objectives. A well designed framework can help establish clear roles and responsibilities and promote transparency and accountability. Benefits of effective governance frameworks. Effective governance frameworks can bring significant benefits to organizations, including improved decision making, increased accountability, and greater inclusivity. Regular assessment and evaluation. To ensure the ongoing effectiveness of governance frameworks, it is important to regularly assess and evaluate their performance. This can help identify areas for improvement and ensure that the framework remains relevant and responsive to changing circumstances. Establishing governance frameworks. Key components of governance frameworks. Governance frameworks include policies, procedures, and guidelines that cover decision making processes, resource allocation, and stakeholder engagement. These elements are critical for effective governance and ensuring transparency, accountability, and ethical behavior. Establishing governance frameworks. To establish effective governance frameworks, organizations must first identify their key stakeholders and understand their needs and expectations. They must then design policies and procedures that align with international best practices and ensure compliance with relevant regulations and laws. What are governance frameworks? Policies, procedures, and guidelines. Governance frameworks are the set of policies, procedures, and guidelines that govern decision making processes, resource allocation, and stakeholder engagement. They ensure that all project operations are transparent, accountable, and inclusive. Roles and responsibilities. Clear roles and responsibilities are an essential component of governance frameworks. They help to ensure that all stakeholders understand their roles and responsibilities in project operations and decision making processes. Decision making processes. Governance frameworks include clear decision making processes that ensure all stakeholders have a voice in project decisions and that decisions are made in a transparent and accountable manner. Resource allocation procedures. Governance frameworks include clear resource allocation procedures that ensure that resources are allocated fairly and transparently, and that all stakeholders understand how resources will be allocated throughout the project lifecycle. Key components of governance frameworks. Clear roles and responsibilities. Establishing clear roles and responsibilities is a key component of governance frameworks that ensure transparency and accountability of project operations. Decision making processes. Well defined decision making processes ensure that project decisions are made in a transparent, accountable, and inclusive manner. Resource allocation procedures. Effective resource allocation procedures ensure that project resources are distributed fairly and efficiently, enabling the project to achieve its goals and objectives. Benefits of governance frameworks. Increased transparency. Effective governance frameworks increase transparency, providing clear guidelines and protocols for decision making processes. Accountability. Effective governance frameworks promote accountability by ensuring that decision makers are held responsible for their actions and decisions. Inclusivity. Effective governance frameworks promote inclusivity by ensuring that all stakeholders are included in the decision making process, regardless of their background or status. Transparency and accountability. Transparency in project operations. Transparency in project operations ensures that project stakeholders have access to key project information and that project operations are conducted in an open, ethical, and accountable manner. Fair and inclusive decision making. Fair and inclusive decision making ensures that all project stakeholders have a voice in the decision making process and that decisions are made in an equitable and transparent manner. Inclusivity and stakeholder engagement. Inclusivity is a critical component of effective governance frameworks. By ensuring that all voices are heard and all perspectives are considered, we create an environment of trust and collaboration. Stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement is a critical component of effective governance frameworks. By engaging stakeholders in the decision making process, we ensure that all perspectives are considered and that we create an environment of trust and collaboration. Regular assessment and evaluation. Regular audits. Regular audits are essential to ensure the ongoing effectiveness of governance frameworks. They help identify areas for improvement and ensure that the organization's mission and values are being met. Evaluations. Regular evaluations are essential to ensure that the governance frameworks remain aligned with the organization's mission and values. They help identify areas for improvement and ensure that the organization's objectives are being met. Audits and evaluations. Transparency. Audits and evaluations contribute to improving transparency in project operations by ensuring that all activities are conducted according to established standards and procedures and that all stakeholders are kept informed. Accountability. Audits and evaluations contribute to improving accountability in project operations by ensuring that all activities are conducted according to established standards and procedures and that all stakeholders are held responsible for their actions. Inclusivity. Audits and evaluations contribute to improving inclusivity in project operations by ensuring that all stakeholders are involved in the decision making process and that all voices are heard. Continuous improvement and adaptation. Governance frameworks must be continuously improved and adapted to remain effective. Regular assessment of their effectiveness and making necessary adjustments can ensure that governance structures remain aligned with the organization's mission and values. Conclusion. Effective governance frameworks are critical for achieving sustainable development goals, promoting transparency, accountability, and inclusivity across all project operations. Thank you.